Reacted to that. When he reacted, as anybody would, he tries to get up and tries to move away from him. He is shot. Side, back, top of the head. This should not have happened. So, Luis is dead. And we're here to vindicate his right and to let the family know, and all of you know, that we're not going to stand by. Now, we now know in San Francisco, this is like the fourth shooting that is taking place in the very near future. The father talked about one. We're involved in Mario. We have Luis. And shortly thereafter, over the last couple of weeks, a young woman was shot in a car, ostensibly because she had stolen a car, and she was unarmed. And she was shot under circumstances that were woefully unjustified. It looks like a pattern of the use of deadly force that takes place here that goes unchecked and unmonitored. One chief is gone by his lack of ability to control his officers, and now we're at a stage where there's an interim chief. Who the chief is doesn't matter. What we want is the shootings to stop, and that people get their due process, and that we don't overreact and quickly assert that we think something is wrong, that we don't assess, we don't contain, we don't try to find alternative ways before using deadly force. There was no rush here. There was no rush. Because, in fact, he was sitting there minding his own business. He didn't charge at anybody, although the officers will always claim that because they got to say something, which is typical of lying the cops will do when they use deadly force. But the witnesses do not support in any way, shape, or form the statements made by the officers. And that essentially, Luis was a non-aggressive person, and his life was taken unnecessarily so. So we have filed a claim in that regard. We don't put any particular amount in the claim because the amount itself really isn't as important as acknowledging that a wrong has been done, a life has been taken, and we have to have some accountability for that. And that's the fortunate, good portion that I think as lawyers, at least we get to find out and investigate and ultimately file lawsuits if that's the appropriate thing to do. So we're here to let you know what we have done, but we're also here to let you know about Luis. Because it's very easy to categorize a person and say that person is homeless and basically it's marginalized. That's not what we want you to see here today. We want you to see what happened, and then we want you to hear from the family, his members, so that you can see that notwithstanding anything, that he was a human being, worthy of respect, worthy of Constitution protection, and his life should not have been taken under circumstances in which they were. Okay, I'm going to bring up Dante.